for all the examples we've seen. Him suing Showtime for $300 million, him foreclosing on multiple properties, him losing on investments on multiple properties, him buying a lot of depreciating assets, and him all of a sudden looking to box very much in the year 2026. Floyd losing money Mayweather, as the chatter says, is in dire straits financially. Now again, is he got more money than me? Yeah, but he also spends a lot more money than me, which is why I thought him coming back to fight Manny Pacquiao, it made dollars, so sure, it makes sense. But for him to put his pro record on the line means this is really bad for Floyd. Well, turns out it could be as bad as we thought, or potentially worse. Or in some form of getting this fight together, misspoke to one of these guys. Or Floyd Mayweather is trying to Netflix.
Obviously,
the tension has officially boiled over, and the boxing world is erupting with frustration. Manny Pacquiao has come out swinging, accusing Floyd Mayweather of already collecting advance money tied to a legitimate fight, and now trying to shift the narrative. Pacquiao made it clear, enough delays, enough confusion. Either move forward with the real bout or forget the entire event.
What I signed, he signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight. He got his advance, so there's no reason to make excuses of that. So that's true.
Well, we all look forward to that fight.
He signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So then now makes excuses. No.
What makes the situation even more explosive is how Mayweather's recent statements clash with Netflix's official announcement from February. That rollout promoted a full professional rematch, one that would put Mayweather's perfect record on the line in front of hundreds of millions of viewers worldwide. Both fighters' promotional teams were reportedly aligned at the time, making this sudden reversal even more suspicious.
everybody don't get his.
Critics are now accusing Mayweather of prioritizing his undefeated record above everything else. Many believe he's avoiding a true contest out of fear that his legacy could take a hit. Instead of stepping into a high-risk fight, they argue he's trying to protect both his record and his image while still maintaining the illusion of dominance.
You know, they say
Oscar de la Hoya has added fuel to the fire, openly accusing Mayweather of breaking agreements and dodging real competition. According to him, the hesitation has nothing to do with logistics. It's about avoiding the risk of losing that flawless record. He even referenced past rivalries, suggesting that similar tactics have been used before.
On Mayweather, Pacquiao, potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this, Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O. Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your ass retires for 1 year and 1 day. Bro, ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight, I've wanted to fight every single day.
De La Hoya didn't stop there. He mocked the situation, pointing to history and claiming Mayweather once stepped away at a convenient time to avoid fulfilling a rematch obligation. Now, he's calling for accountability, whether that means facing Pacquiao or stepping up against someone else entirely. His message is simple: stop running and fight.
Emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that I had within my spirit. But now these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work and I feel happy. I feel at peace. And you know what? A man at peace is a dangerous man. I can take on King Kong if I want and beat his ass. And I'll even fight Jake Paul. Let's go.
Meanwhile, the situation continues to spiral. Pacquiao has doubled down, repeating that the advance payment has already been taken, leaving no room for excuses. Analysts across the sport are calling this one of the messiest and most unprofessional build-ups in recent boxing history. Wade Plemons even suggested there could be something deeper going on behind the scenes, hinting at possible manipulation of the entire situation.
That would be one of the most unprofessional things you could do, not trying to point to Netflix or whoever else put this together, but something is off. Something's completely off, because you got one person saying this is a real fight. You got the promotion saying, this is a real fight. You got Floyd Mayweather saying, no, this is an exhibition. There's two things that are happening here. Either somebody messed up in paperwork or in communication or in some form of getting this fight together, misspoke to one of these guys, or Floyd Mayweather is trying to Netflix. That is the only two things that can be possible here. Because we then get the report, as of yesterday, that Floyd Mayweather has already taken a cash advance payment of his...
According to Plemons, sources backing his claims indicate that the fight is now hanging by a thread. Reports from major outlets suggest Mayweather received money up front, which has raised serious concerns. While advance payments aren't unusual, the scale and timing in this case have left experts puzzled. Plemons believes there are only two possibilities. Either this entire situation is being orchestrated for attention, or something far more questionable is happening behind closed doors.
Jeopardy. I don't even know how that's possible. Who gave him a cash advance before they even got to the fight? I understand like paying some up front to secure the fight, but paying everything? Maybe it's not what it is. Maybe the cash advance is like partially. But still, what? So if this is to be believed, and this is via ESPN, this is not, random Twitter person reporting this. I think Mike Coppinger also reported the same thing. If this is to be believed, Floyd took a cash advance and then undermined the promotion of his own fight to try to protect his 50-0 record and still make.
He also pointed out that this wouldn't be the first time Mayweather has made last-minute demands. There have been past situations where he reportedly refused to proceed unless financial terms were adjusted dramatically, reinforcing the idea that negotiations often shift at the 11th hour.
This for years, especially after his pro career. When he was doing these exhibitions, he would not show up to things he was obligated to do, take advances. Even the Deji fight, you can ask Deji, I was there. Floyd demanded that they pay him some insane amount of money or he wasn't going to fight Deji while he was at the venue. And they wanted to change gloves and do all this stuff. And I think they actually did it. They paid Floyd to do it. And I've seen this with a bunch of his exhibitions. And obviously we know about the Logan Paul situation, how Floyd shopped his fight to a different company after essentially royalty, like Prince, whoever in Dubai, and stole his money. This is
The debate is now spread across the entire boxing landscape. Voices like Max Kellerman and Mike Coppinger believe Mayweather may be searching for an exit strategy, one that protects his reputation while avoiding the risks tied to a real fight. But they warn that this approach could damage his legacy in the long run, especially with legal implications looming.
On their records, and it's going to be at the Sphere, so I'm not sure what Floyd is talking about. I don't know if Floyd got bad advice, but he's contracted, so it would be a breach if not.
I think what puts a damper on Mayweather-Pacquiao 2 was Mayweather-Pacquiao 1. The big letdown of a fight.
That's another damper.
But this is like, all you have to ask yourself, Gabe, to me about when a fight is made is, are you going to watch it live or not? When it's on, are you going to watch it, yes or no?
I'm definitely watching.
Yeah, me too. So like everyone can shut up, right? Because we're all going to watch.
But I would not watch it if it's an exhibition, not necessarily live.
Yeah, you would. You'd still watch it.
I don't really watch all the exhibitions live.
Yeah, but whatever they call it, you're going to watch it.
Maybe.
But you're right, though, as an official fight, because
Kellerman has been particularly blunt. In his view, the root of the issue is fear of losing that undefeated streak. He pointed out that other legends have returned to the ring and taken losses, while Pacquiao himself recently went the distance with Mario Barrios. Meanwhile, Mayweather hasn't competed in a true professional bout in years, raising doubts about whether he's willing to take that kind of risk now.
Draw against a world-class fighter, whatever you want to say about Barrios. And Mayweather is right at that age, almost 50, where guys fall off a cliff.
Yep.
And he has the undefeated record to protect.
And
right?
it's Mayweather's identity, right? That's its whole identity.
That's why Mayweather doesn't want it to be a pro fight. Because you want to just safeguard that record.
50-0 is a big thing. And if you lose that, it's like, okay, Floyd, so. But I would make an expedition because who's not going to watch it?
It's not up to him. He already signed a contract. It's a real fight.
That's what I don't get. How you sign a contract that you saying it's not?
Retiring undefeated. It's interesting. Because you can retire. A lot of guys have passed Rocky Marciano 49-0. Right. But then they kept fighting and they lost.
Chavez.
Right? Yeah, Chavez is one. There have been others. By the way, Rocky Marciano was training for a comeback when Floyd Patterson was champion. And I have no way, because he'd have beaten Floyd.
The entire rematch now feels unstable. Gabe Rosado suggested that someone in Mayweather's circle may have advised against taking a serious fight, but financial incentives might have pulled him back in. According to reports, he secured a large upfront payment only to now reconsider the terms in order to protect his record.
Official pro fight.
I do,
Floyd
Gabe.
was probably not advised.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, look, obviously Floyd, covets his record and certainly doesn't want to lose it, losing a fight when he's, way past his prime and not even active. But he needs the money, clearly. We've seen what's in the news, and, I'm not in his pockets or anything, but he's going to make a lot of money, and rightfully so. I don't see him turning down a major payday over this, but we'll bear watching. And also, I'm told that further to that, Pacquiao has no interest in this if it's not a real fight.
If I'm Floyd, I'm not fighting unless it's just a regular. If it's a pro fight, I'm not. Why would I do it? I'm old.
Because you need the money.
I don't know if he needs. I ain't getting the man.
Assuming he does.
I don't know if he needs the money or not.
Let's assume he does. That's why he's
Let's
coming
assume,
back.
yeah.
Just assume. So, and you're going to make, I don't know.
Pacquiao's camp has responded by pointing directly to the contract. Jazz Mather reportedly highlighted specific language confirming the bout as a professional contest, emphasizing that the term professional appears repeatedly throughout the agreement. He stressed that Mayweather signed it and accepted payment under those conditions.
Okay. The main event bout of the boxing program will be a boxing match between Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. The match will be a professional and sanctioned match and shall count on the official professional records of Mayweather and Pacquiao, and the final rules for which shall be subject to the mutual agreement of Pacquiao and Mayweather and subject to further approval of Netflix.
Okay, so I don't hear exhibition nowhere near in that statement.
The word professional is in this contract 11 times.
Oh, wow.
Another part, and which will be a professional and sanctioned boxing match and shall count on the official professional records of.
And all of this has intensified speculation about Mayweather's financial situation. Some believe the pressure is mounting behind the scenes, leading to desperate decisions. Mather has reportedly issued a clear ultimatum: fix the situation or face the consequences of a contract violation.
Is that normal?
Legal trouble could be on the horizon. There are growing reports that Netflix may pursue action over a potential breach, which has also brought renewed attention to Mayweather's finances after retirement. Past disputes, including issues tied to exhibition fights and unpaid balances, continue to resurface. Even Mike Tyson has commented in general terms about how quickly fortunes can disappear without careful management.
Funny thing about networks doing, I used to have problems with HBO because we had problems. It was a promoter problem. But the fact is his life to live it the way he live it. It may not be the right life, but it's his life to live the way he wants. And nobody could say anything about it. They're making a big joke about his life and he owes money. He's a human being. He make mistakes. People don't understand it's the art in saving money. You handle money, you don't understand the art of saving money, you're screwed. And you could be anybody. You could be a little kid, you could be the smartest person in the world. It's an art in handling money. If you can't master that art,
Interestingly, Malignaggi also believes Mayweather may still want the fight to happen under official rules. A sanctioned bout brings far greater revenue potential, especially with regulated betting involved. From a business standpoint, a real fight generates significantly more value than any exhibition ever could.
Him wanting to come back and make a bag of money, then I think the fight has to happen regardless. What other direction can you go if you're Floyd and if you really are in these kind of positions, I've been the one to say it. I don't say that Floyd is broke. I think people overuse that word. I think he's likely over-leveraged. And there's a difference between being over-leveraged and being broke. Being over-leveraged, if you're not careful, can lead you to being broke. But being over-leveraged also you can just rebound and make a bag of money. And now you're perfectly leveraged, then you're fine. And you still have all that stuff that you had before, So I think if that's the case, regardless, I think Floyd probably may be forced to do it the way Netflix decides how things go on the inside. These are inner negotiations. I think it's more interesting if it is a real fight, first and foremost, with gambling being legal in the United States now, all over the United States. It brings in that much more revenue because you can gamble on a real fight. There's no gambling on an exhibition because there's no real winner and loser in an exhibition. So that makes it very, very different. And that, gives the image of the fight, the branding of the fight, a whole new vibe if it's a real fight as opposed to if it's an exhibition. So, you know, a lot to be discussed here.
Now everything comes down to one question. Will Mayweather step up and face the challenge, or continue to avoid the risk? Pacquiao is ready, Netflix is watching closely, and the boxing world has run out of patience. Make sure you stay tuned, because when this situation finally reaches its breaking point, it's going to be massive.